Okay, welcome back. We are live at Rep Express. We've had a great morning. We have one more interview to do with Mayor Thomas. Before we do that, though, we're going to draw, and the person in here that is drawn out is going to get 3 tickets to tomorrow's East Carolina Southern Miss game and a parking pass courtesy of our friends at Ann's Dumplings. And the winner is Celeste Harris.
Celeste here.
Is Celeste here?
Right here,
Oh,
front row.
right there.
Wearing pirate colors
You just
today.
got up to register, didn't you? Congratulations, Celeste. We'll take care of you after the show. And let's do our last interview now. And again, thanks to the folks at Rep Express and all the folks that have come out. We got a great studio audience here at Rep Express this morning. Rochelle and Brian Brown have provided breakfast. And now the mayor of Greenville is here for our last segment. Mayor Alan Thomas, good morning, sir. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Mr. Hinton. Glad to be here.
And let's open like we have with everybody else. Just give us a little background and tell us why you're running again.
Well, I'm a proud father of 3 that keep me very busy. And thank goodness I have a great wife, Janet Thomas, who's works every day all over Eastern North Carolina. She's a working mom. And again, I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So I wake up every day with a passion, trust me, for what needs to be done in this community. I'm a proud graduate of East Carolina University, and I don't wear this purple just because it's Purple Friday. I wear it because I love my Pirates. And also on the side, I'm a UNC graduate in MBA, so don't hold that against me. But Greenville is everything to me. It is what I love. It's what I have a passion for. That's why I ran for office, Henry. Nancy Jenkins was someone I ran across as a mentor early for me when I was at East Carolina University, and encouraged me in student government when I was student body president. And I thought so much of her. She involved me in city business. It really caught my interest here. And even from that point, it was kind of in my blood. What can I do with the city at some point? I'd love to have an opportunity to be able to serve. So I was been serving the ECU Board of Trustees, the ECU Board of Visitors, and also currently on the ECU Alumni Board. And I'm a businessman. I have a business background of private business owner. I know what it's like to have to meet payroll every 2 weeks. I know what it's like to start a company and wake up every day and have that challenge where if you don't hunt, you don't eat, so to speak. A fellow ECU graduate and myself, we started a company back in the 90s out of my extra bedroom. And we had 1 client and a hope and a dream. And we grew that company from 1 client to over 160 hospitals in 36 states. And we process around 15 million patient records a day. I also have worked in government. After coming out of undergraduate, had the opportunity to be hired and work in the Department of Commerce for North Carolina, and I recruited international business for the state of North Carolina for a period. And that was a very learning experience. I learned why certain communities succeeded and why other communities did not, what communities were prepared and others that were far behind. And far too often I saw in Eastern North Carolina we were not getting our fair share for attention.
Let me ask you a couple questions. What's the biggest thing that you see on the horizon for Greenville? What issues, if you're reelected, do you want to tackle in the next 2 years?
Well, we have to be able to have a strong partnership on a state level from an economic development standpoint. You and I have talked about that extensively, and I've talked about that, with the governor's office and also with this, with those that are in leadership in the state. We can't do it all here alone, but we have to have a plan. As you know, 2 years ago, the city of Greenville did not even have an economic development office or any focused resource focused on bringing jobs to this community. And fortunately, with city council and us working together, we were able to actually formulate a process to move forward with economic development. We were focused on bringing jobs to this community, an analytical approach, not competing against Kinston and Washington or local cities, but trying to compete against the best of breed across the country. So we've redirected resources, and now, Henry, we're well on the way in doing that, but we've only taken the first step. In a year and a half, you can only do so much. But strong economic development covers up so many other issues. We've got issues in crime. We brought a wonderful police chief in here who just took over the past year, Chief Aiden, wonderful, analytical, experienced, and those are 2 key areas that we really need areas of focus.
Your critics say that you're too heavy-handed and that you're a self-promoter. You're talking too much about the economic development things that are going on. Some of these things started long before you got here. How do you respond to that?
Well, somebody needs to be pushing out and pushing our city forward. We need to have a positive image, and we need to reach out. We can't have 7 council members. We already have 6 council members. We need a mayor. And a mayor's role is to step out there and promote this community. And anything I can do to try to bring opportunity to this community, I'm going to do it. And any partnership I can bring this community, I'm going to do it. If I can talk to a company and turn them over to the Carl Reese and economic development people and get out of the way and let them do their job, absolutely. You know, we have a lot of new leadership in this city, and I'm very proud of the work they're already doing.
The four unrelated other issues that have come up have created an opportunity for some people to talk about elected officials and special interest. Is that an unfair criticism based on the way that some of the issues have gone the last 2 years on the council?
Well, I think a lot of times much more interest is paid to the smoke and mirrors than actually the real problems. We have gang activity around our university edge. You know, we have crime around our university edge. I thought it was important to be able to listen to those that live there. We received a petition from over 80% of that community that said, please do something, representing the majority of that community. So we started almost an 8 to 9 month long process trying to involve different elements. But you know, there are some who've been running for office for 2 years, to be honest with you. And that's fine, but that's not why I didn't get in office to run for office. I got in office to actually accomplish things. If I see crime on our edge of our university area or in any neighborhood, we need to take action. The political easy thing to do would have been to not do anything. But at the end of the day, our council makes that decision. The mayor himself rarely votes, if any, except to break ties. But you know, I do have an opinion, and I do think we need to do everything we can to raise the bar to make our community safe.
We got a minute left.
I want to add to that one quick thing.
I'll let you have a minute to say
right,
whatever you want to
you.
have. Say,
Thank
but
you.
we got a minute. That's all we got.
All right.
Because we got a hard break coming up.
Okay.
And now we have 50 seconds.
I thought you were waiting for me. That university plan is specific to the university area. It's never been mentioned beyond just that. We have specific issues there. I think that's some misinformation that's been out there. And that's a small issue. There are 70 neighborhoods in this community across Greenville. We need to be worried about making all of our areas safe and sharing our resources everywhere. And our body of work here is not about one neighborhood. It's about our entire city, about bringing jobs here, about bringing opportunity. And we've been working as hard as we can the past year and a half to do that.
Mayor Alan Thomas, everybody. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here. All right. And we are against a hard break. When the computer knocks us off the air, I'm off the air. And so I want to just say a couple of quick things here. First of all, thanks to all the candidates. Running for any elected office is got to be tedious, and it's certainly a courageous thing to do. And I appreciate the efforts of everybody and the participation here this morning. It's not easy to sit and face tough questions and talk about yourself and those kind of things. And we should thank all the folks who are willing to put themselves out there and run for office. Secondly, I want to say a special word of thanks to Rochelle and Brian Brown, our hosts this morning. Let's give them a round of applause. A special thank you also to our crew members here, Alex and Michael, who've done a great job. We will. I've been getting texts. When will this be replayed? It will be replayed on television today at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7, and then again tonight from 10 to midnight, and then various times between now and November 5th, we will continue to run these interviews for the citizens of Greenville to be able to make their decision about who they think is best and deserves their vote. Get out and vote. Thank you, everybody. Go Pirates. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday on Talk of the Town.